Hey, how are you? I'm driving and videotaping. Oh! So I am off today because tomorrow I have surgery and I have to get a lot of stuff done. Get my affairs in order. I have just gotten gas. Oh my God. I put $18 in my tank and I didn't even get 5 gallons. It's $3.70 here. And I know it's higher where others are. And they're actually here in Missouri going to suspend a gas tax for 6 months to relieve some of the cost at the pump, and that'll be like $3 million for 6 months. I want to tax somebody. Okay, so I'm gonna go to 2 banks, and I'm gonna go pick up something yummy for lunch because I'm not gonna be able to eat anything at all tomorrow. Probably a smoothie after surgery. My surgery was at 1 o'clock. Now it's at 4:30. Because, I got a story for you guys. So, they call you. 2 people call you. 2 nurses call you and say, hey, I need to do your pre-surgery questionnaires. Or, I need to do pre-surgery information on you. And I'm like, okay. The first one called, I got it all done, la 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 la. The second one called at 8 o'clock in the morning, and they give you a number and says, hey, call back and tell us when we can call you. So I did. I said, hey, I'm sorry, but I work nights. And yeah. What a butthead. Yeah. So, I did it. I called him and said, hey, I'm sorry I missed you. I work nights. I'm not up at 8 o'clock in the morning when they called. Can you call me back, 2:30 to 3? And you guys call up until 5, will that work for you? And I gave him my phone number and my birth date, all that kind of stuff. Next morning, they call me at 8 o'clock in the morning. And again, I call him back. And I said, hey, I called you and I told you. And I left this very same message. Can you please call me in the afternoon? Around 2:30, 3 o'clock, up until 5 p.m. Please. They called me at 1:15. And the reason I gave them those times is because I will be in the car or I will be at work. When I'm at home getting ready, I'm running around. I don't carry my phone with me. So, they called me after I called them, and they said, okay, we're not calling you anymore, you're not answering, we're going to tell your doctor about this. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not calling me anymore? So, yesterday, that was Friday, by the way, so I have all weekend to panic. Thank you, nurses. Thanks. So, all weekend, I'm freaking out. I finally call a number. Go! Why aren't you going? Idiot! There's a call. There's nobody coming. Nobody. And it's busy. And, yeah, okay. I screamed and I honked. Anyway. Road rage. I call that a number, and I call my doctor's office, and they're like, oh, well, we'll call them back and explain. They'll call you. So about 10 minutes later, the lady I spoke to called me back and said, yeah, they're not calling you. They called you 3 times and you didn't pick up. And I said, do you not remember what I just told you? I told you that I called them back, and they never called me at the time that I asked them to call me. Oh. They're in the medical field. So, I have to go to the post office, and a letter just fell off. So I go. I'm like, well, what can I do? She's like, well, I'm gonna call your doctor's assistant and tell her about the situation. So the lady calls me. This is the lady who I've been calling, saying, okay, is it normal to have this kind of pain? And she never calls me back. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not getting my surgery on Thursday, because she's never going to call me back. She called me back. And I was like, oh my God. Okay, I have to go to the bank right now, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. One errand run. Actually, I've done 2. I got gas too. So, Chelsea calls me and she goes, hello. And I go, oh, hey, Chelsea. And she goes, hello. And then there's nothing. Nothing. She doesn't say anything. I'm like, hello. And she goes, I'm returning your phone call. Couldn't you just say, hey, I'm returning your phone call. What's going on? No. I thought and I go, well, I was wondering if you could help me. She goes, okay, what's going on? And I'm like, apparently people don't talk. And I'm like, so I explain it to her. I'm like, look, I need to know this information. I'm going into surgery. And, I don't want to die. I need to know what medications not to take, what time to be there, and anything else that they feel necessary for me. So, and she goes, well, and what's the problem? Haven't they called you? I go, they called me 3 times when I was not available to talk, and I left messages saying, hey, call me at this number, and at this time, from 2:30 to 3, up until 5, and they call me in the morning or when I'm not available. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna call them. And she calls me back and said, yeah, they're not going to talk to you because you didn't pick up the phone. I go, Chelsea, I told you what happened. And I need this information. And if I don't get it, that's going to leave somebody liable if something happens. They're not being professional. And she calls them back. She's like, okay, I'm going to talk to them. And they call me. And they're like, we did call you at 1:15. I go, okay, but I asked you to call me at 2:30 or 3 o'clock up until 5. And yeah, that's not 2:15. Or 1:15 is not 2:30. So they gave me all my information, and I said, okay. And they're like, don't eat 2 hours before coming into the hospital. I'm like, or don't drink. I'm not eating the night before until my last meal can be at midnight. I'm like, okay, and I have to be there at 1. I don't know what time you're supposed to be here. That's not here. I'm like, aren't you guys in charge of the surgery? Yeah, but that's not my information. whatever. So, that was like a warning bell, because I was expecting them to say, yeah, 1 o'clock, because the other nurse that I talked to last week said, yeah, 1 o'clock. So, I called Chelsea back, and I'm like, look, I don't know what time I'm supposed to be there for surgery. They don't know, and I want to confirm it. It's 1 o'clock, right? And she goes, hold on. She goes, no, your surgery's at 4:30, and now you have to be here at 2:30. So, I think my surgery got canceled, and they put me back on at a different time because I raised a stink. So, now I'm going to have surgery later on, and am I wrong to be upset? Am I wrong to plan to put a real bad remarks on the questionnaire that they send me after surgery? Because I feel like I've been, treated like crap. And I know they're overworked. But really, this is not a good time for me. Okay. So, I'm going to my other bank. What happened was, I got my, my federal back. And I put it in my savings account, half of it. The other half, I'm paying off doctor bills. And, which really is not bad. From my last surgery, the surgery was over like $3,000, and I wound up owing like $120. I just found that out today. I called on my doctor's bill and said, help. So I did that. That's when I found out I actually owe money. And my doctor's bill was $600, and I owe $33, close to $34. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So part of my federal is going to go to those bills. And I have to also send packages out today. What else? And I want to get something really good for lunch. I haven't eaten fast food. Well, okay, no, that's a lie. I ate it last week on Friday. I was going into work. I was running late. It was Friday. I bought a fish fillet. But no fries and no milkshake. I'm going through traffic right now, so I'm going to put you down. Okay, reason I put down my phone was because I was entering traffic, and then I didn't pick it back up because I was in Illinois. Illinois, if you're on your phone driving, you got a ticket. I just passed a gas station. I'm so glad I got gas in Missouri. In Missouri, I pay $3.70 a gallon. Here, it's $4.30. That's 60 cents more. Oh my God, people. It's horrible. Okay. They're leaving, so I have to move up. Bye. Okay, I'm back. My phone rang. Guess who it was? Doctor's office. Hey, we're here. We're calling to tell you what time to come in tomorrow. I'm like, okay. They're like, be here at 2:30. I'm like, okay. They're like, did somebody already call you? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay. It's raining. Okay, I'm back again. So, as soon as I started talking, it started raining and I didn't have my wipers on. And then some butthead was riding my ass. No one ever rides my ass. Anyway, she's like, oh, sorry. I'm like, no, I'm glad you called. What else? I have to go to the post office to mail some packages. And I need to get something for lunch because I'm starving. I didn't eat breakfast. I just got up and left. I didn't even take a shower, which I need a shower in the morning. It wakes me up. But I have to take one tonight. And I have to take one in the morning with this special soap they gave me. It's antibacterial soap. It's pre-surgery soap to make sure you're not bringing any germs. It protects you. And probably them too. It's the first time ever that somebody had me use this soap on my body. I've had surgeries before. I had a surgery God, 7 years ago, and I was laying in the hospital for over a week. They didn't have my blood type. My blood type is O negative. I can give blood to anybody and you can use my blood. But I can only get O negative blood. So they didn't have any. So they were trying to get me some blood, and they couldn't find any. It was about 4 days, and by the time they finally gave me my surgery, I was white. I mean, I was paper white. I was having pains all over my body. I was freezing to death because I didn't have any blood in me. And I was so tired of that hospital. The next day they let me out. And they gave me another pint of liter, I don't know what they give you, of O negative. And then the lady, right after I was done going in me, she tapped my other arm and takes blood out. And she's like, okay, I got your blood. I go, no, you got somebody's blood. That's not mine. I don't know whose it is. That's not my blood. You just put that in me. So, alright, I don't have anything else to say. Oh, I do! So, when was it? January? I, subscribed to Bombay and Cedar. And, I never got my package. And then I went back on their thing, and I'm like, oh, they have a monthly and a quarterly. I must have subscribed to the monthly or the quarterly. And they charged me again this month, and I'm like, is it that expensive to where they have to charge you twice? Is it one of those deals? Like what Boxy does with the Boxy Lux? And then they charged me again this month, yesterday. And I'm like, okay, no, this is not happening. And I sent them an email. I'm like, look. And I went back and I confirmed that I was just getting the monthly. And I confirmed, hey, the order said unfulfilled for January, unfulfilled for February, and March. No, it was February and March were both unfulfilled. And I'm like, look, you have my money, you haven't shipped, it's unfulfilled. Could you send me my product? Oh, and by the way, cancel. And they wrote me back saying, well, we've tried to deliver it, but we apparently have the wrong address. You gave us the wrong address when you signed up. And she showed it to me, and it's my address. And I go, that is my address. I don't know what you're thinking. That's my address. Please ship my boxes and cancel. So I got 2 shipping notices yesterday, right after this. And I guess the other one isn't ready to get shipped out. I guess that's for April. But, yeah. I was upset. I'm a moron sometimes. Alright. I'm going to the post office. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm losing my train of thought. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going through construction on the road. Alright, this is right up the street from my house. They've been doing this for about 2 months. They've done the whole street. Hold on, I'm checking for mail. No mail. I should have grabbed those letters. They've been doing this for about 2 months, working on, they're putting in new piping for the sewer system, which is good because it's probably been 60 or 70 years. And they've been tearing up the street. Now, last year we were contacted by MoDOT. Hey, we're going to be working on we're going to be widening, improving the streets, the sidewalks and everything. We need to get your approval for an easement. They're going to take part of the property for storing equipment, the front. And, it was supposed to be done here in March. Well, March is about over, and they're supposed to give us also 2 weeks notice. Because I need to take 2 weeks off if they're going to be doing that. I can't be walking up and down the street at midnight because I can't park in the driveway. They're taking basically away our entrance to the driveway. I don't know where everybody's parking when that happens, but yeah. They haven't informed us yet, but they are supposed to give us 2 weeks notice. The cemetery where my mom and my sister are, where I will eventually be, sold half of its land. You know, the part that isn't being used as a cemetery, for a housing community. And I understand, you know, they would like that money. They make more money doing that than putting bodies in the ground. It's owned by the Catholic Church. They need to get their act together. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to be driving in a parking lot. I'll be back. I'm back! Okay. I've just decided I am not going to stop off and buy anything for lunch. I have been eating lettuce wraps. You know, I put stuff in it and well, I've been putting avocado and pickles and baked chicken with some mustard in it. And that's what I've been having for lunch at work. It's been really good. I think I'm going to go back to that today. The thing about having it at work is it's really messy. Unfortunately. And irritating. So I'm going to have that for lunch, I think. And again, no soda. I'm just going to have water or something. Very boring. I think that's it. I'm also going to go subscribe to FabFitFun. I've been putting it off, and I keep seeing great boxes, but I've also seen lousy boxes. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So, oh, there are 2 cops over there. I'm gonna let you go. I'll be back. Hey, we're back to talking about people riding my ass. I was driving along this road, and all of a sudden, you know, this lady starts just speeding up on my butt. And so how do I handle it? Oh, and my turn signal was on. And I'm like, what the fuck? They're there. My turn signal was on. And, so I still pulled into the cemetery. And, she had a swerve to not hit me. I'm like, it's okay. If you hit me, I can pay for my deer damage. Alright, I'm gonna turn you around. Are you there? You're there. Okay, we're in the lovely cemetery. Alright. We're on the edge of it. This over there where those houses are being built, yeah, that was cemetery land. And there is my mom and my sister. So I doubt, seriously, if my mom would have bought the plots she bought, if she had known that they were gonna sell this property. Alright, I gotta go. Okay, I'm back again. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm starving. Mail has not come at all. I miss mail. They're pretty bad about it lately. I think they're using the situation in the street, with the street, to change the time they deliver. Yeah, we're throwing that away. What date is that? Sell by 3.9. Yeah, that's not good. I think that's why they're doing it. What do I got? And a pickle. I'm supposed to be getting an order from Box 2. I'm not supposed to be eating anything like that today. So, oh well. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop. It's a rainy, yucky day. Surgery's tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the evening, 4:30 in the evening. I am going to be going through hell tomorrow. But it'll be okay. All right, you guys, have a good day. Prayers would be nice. I would like to be able to see when I wake up from anesthesiology or anesthesia. Yeah. All right, I'm stopping because I'm rambling. Take care. If I think it's something else to talk about, I'll get back on. But I don't think so. You guys, have a good day. Bye-bye.